Hey guys, Editing Vice here. The video you're about to watch is from a stream we did before the new information drop. That means in this video, I only talk about the things we see in the trailer and not about the new stuff. Just a heads up to prevent confusion. If you like the content, consider to subscribe and like the video. We will do more stuff when Sunbreak comes out. Enjoy! Yeah, so in previous games, Gunlance had I think in Gen U, had a heat gauge where you had to be like in to get extra damage. Like you had to fill it up, and if it's overheated, I think you cannot shell anymore, something like that. But you have to do like shelling to build up the gauge to do more damage. And this is basically the same. Like you have to do an attack to get more damage, like the ground splitter, for example. You do this attack and you get more shelling damage, basically. Yeah, let's talk about this. Bullet barrage, unleash everything. Gonna take a look at the site. Bullet barrage. Be careful, shells, boomstick cannon and Wyvern's fire automatically reload. So you cannot skip that. It will reload. And if you use Wyvern fire before, you can see right here the reload animation is pretty long. Sure, you put your shield in front of you, which could indicate that you have some kind of blocking frames right there when you reload, like the guard reload. The next thing is, this one will blast dash. It also says that you use a wire bug to blast dash towards your target. So if you're too close and you want to use this, you shoot past the monster, basically. It comes out pretty fast after the reload, sure. And the explosion itself is also pretty fast. You don't stand there for 3 seconds and charge up the Wyvern fire. But still, I think it's a good skill for Gunlance. And here we can see it without reloading at all. Which also is, it seems like a normal blast dash and then you just put everything into the monster. And since it reloads everything, you could technically chain it, But yeah, this reload animation is very long. Oh, that's basically it. There are only a few questions. If you do a ground splitter before that, does it increase the whole thing? Because ground splitter increases shelling damage, so it should increase. Oh wow, it's not zoomed in at all. Nobody told me. So if you do ground splitter to get damage increase, does it apply to it? The next question is, what about shelling type? Is this considered a full burst? Because if it's a full burst, then normal shelling would be the best for this. Because normal shelling has more damage into full burst. And I think normal shelling also have more round than long and wide. So those are some questions. Oh, basil. Let's go. Fits with Gunlance. Yeah. Those are the questions. I think this skill itself for Gunlance is a good one. Even though the reload of this Wyvern fire is very long. But still, I think it's a good burst attack. You can do it when the monster is like facing you to get something out of it. And then when the monster is down, when you have a KO or, I don't know, a topple, you can reload the Wyvern fire and do it again. I think it's a good skill for Gunlance. We only have to see how it acts with the shelling type and how it acts with the wormstake cannon. Because the different shelling types also have a different wormstake cannon effect. Like there is one that I think ticks slower and explodes. There's one that ticks multiple times like in World and then explodes. And then there's one that inflicts KO. So we have to see how this bullet barrage behaves with the different shelling types. Does it still deal KO if you have the shelling type for it? Is normal the best one because of full burst? Those are questions right there. And we don't have the answer to it yet. We have to wait. I mean, it's not that long anymore. Only 1 month. Sunbreak's pretty close. Alright, next one is Erupting Cannon, which I can see the Gunlance mains already don't like anymore because it's Ground Splitter 2.0. And it's the return of Slaplands. Because Erupting Cannon replaces Wormstake Cannon and gives you a buff for melee attacks. So Slaplands is back. I mean, Slaplands already is pretty okay. I think it's used more. But we saw right here the next question. Since it replaces the Wormstake Cannon and he switches to the Wormstake Cannon after, how will Bullet Barrage behave if you don't switch to Wormstake Cannon? How does that work? If you, I don't know, if you forget to switch or if you don't want to use the Wormstake and you want to use Erupting, how does it work? Then it comes out really fast. Way faster than the Wormstake. Way faster. And from the footage right here, you don't have to hit a monster to get the buff. So that's good. The question is how do you reload it? Do you have more than one Erupting Cannon? Does it use normal shelling? I don't know. I'm not a Gunlance main. I can just say what I see from the footage and from my experience as a player who picked up Gunlance 1 or 2 times. But it's interesting. I can see that people don't like the Slaplands buff because it makes normal shelling completely useless. If you have the Bullet Barrage, which takes everything, and then you have Erupting Cannon to buff up your melee attacks, why would you use normal shelling? But I think the skills itself for Gunlance are not that bad. I like them kind of. Bullet Barrage seems to be a good one. Sure, reload slow, but the damage seems high. And it's most likely fixed damage, so no matter where you hit, you deal roughly the same, which would be nice. Okay, that's Gunlance. I think it's good. It's better than Lance, obviously. But it's not as good as Longsword or weapons we gonna visit later.